Good morning, students. Today we will be starting with the new chapter, which is the flower. Now, as you all know, flower is the most attractive and the most beautiful part of the plant. We are all attracted towards the plant because of the presence of these beautifully colored flowers. Not only us, but the insect, bees and animals are also attracted towards the flower. Now, as you all know, flower in its young stage is known as bud or floral bud. When the flower will bloom, this bud will result in the formation of the mature flower or the flower towards which we are attracted so much. Flower is the part of the shoot system. It is attached to the stem with the help of a slender stalk known as pedicel. Pedicel at its tip is flattened and it is known as thalamus. The thalamus will result in the formation of all the parts of the flower. We will be discussing about each part in detail. Parts can also be called as whorl and they are four in number. Whorls are WHORLS whorls. So whorls are also known as parts and they are four in number. So the first whorl or part is the calyx or the sepal. As you may see in the diagram, the green leaf-like structures which are present at the base of the flower are the sepals, and their main function is to protect the flower during the bud stage. When the flower is in the bud stage, the sepals will form a covering, green color covering, to protect the soft parts of the plant, which is the remaining three parts of the plant. Finally, when the flower blooms, these petals are found at the base of the flowers in the form of green leaf-like structures. The second part or whorl of the flower is the corolla or the petal, which are brightly colored, and they are important for the process of pollination, which we will be discussing in the coming videos. Now the third part or the third whorl is the androecium or the male part. It is also known as stamen. A plant may have a single androecium, single stamen, or many androecium. So the structure of a single androecium or stamen is as follows. It consists of a stalk-like structure attached to the base, as you may see in the diagram. A slender stalk-like structure is known as filament, and at the tip of the filament you will see bag-like structures which are known as anthers. These bag-like structures store pollen grains, which are the male reproductive cells. So these male reproductive cells are involved in will make contact with the female reproductive cells and will result in the formation of seeds. That is why we call flower as the reproductive part of the plant, because it forms seeds, and seeds will result in the formation of the new plant. So the male reproductive cells are stored in the anther and they are known as pollen grains. Now the last and part of the flower is the last part of the flower whorl of the flower is the gynoecium. Gynoecium is also known as pistil or carpel. There can be many pistil in the flower or there can be only a single pistil. Now, as you see in the diagram, when we are talking about pistil, a single pistil may consist of the following structures. In the middle you will see at the tip a structure, bilobed structure known as stigma, which is quite sticky. It is the place where the pollen grains will land and will result in the formation of seed by a process known as fertilization and pollination respectively. Finally, there is a stalk-like structure or neck-like structure which connects the stigma with the ovary. It is known as style. And finally, a swollen structure present at the base is known as ovary. The ovary consists of ovules, which are the female reproductive cells similar to pollen grains, and ovules and pollen grains together forms the seed. So these are the four parts or whorls of the plant. We'll be discussing about pollination, fertilization, types of flowers in the coming videos. Here you should be clear about the four whorls, their names, their structure and their function.